What's up, everybody? Welcome to our E3 Microsoft pre-show 2017. I'm your host, Brad, joined as usual by Micah.
Hey.
And by Terrence.
What's up?
So we are going to be with you guys in the 45 minutes leading up to Microsoft's press conference, which I'm sure we will hear a couple of things about Project Scorpio here and there. We're also going to see some stuff from Anthem, which is the new BioWare IP, as we found out yesterday at the EA press event. We're going to have some predictions for you. We might even dip into the chat to talk to you guys. I don't know how good of an idea that actually is, but we'll see. So yeah, let's get right to it. Scorpio's obviously going to be the very big. Holy shit! Really?
What is that?
Good job, Terrence. No, turn it down.
Yeah, I didn't.
We're
I didn't
live.
even
2
know it
minutes.
was
2 minutes and it's already gone off the rails.
That's not his fault. Though.
Fantastic.
on. You didn't tell me it was on, Brad.
I didn't know that was on, so that's okay. Anyway, so yeah, Project Scorpio. Jeff Keighley reported earlier in the day that, according to him, unless plans change, he's confident that the price is going to be $4.99 for this thing.
I think that's a bad idea.
I would agree with you.
I mean, look, this is essentially the PS4 Pro version of the Scorpio with its, 6 flip-flops of terabytes of hard drives, But $500 is a big pill to swallow. Many people have already swallowed it, and now you're asking them to go ahead and swallow it again. I don't know if the differences are going to be. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it, no matter what.
Okay.
Like I don't have the TV to get it right now. If I had a TV to get it, I would get it.
I
But
thought you got a 4K.
no, it's not 4K. It's
3D.
It's just a big.
It's 3D.
It's a big TV.
Yeah.
Doesn't crowd the wall.
He went in for the fad that wasn't going to be the long-term fad
didn't
instead of
do
the fad that
4K
will
yet?
be the
How
long-term fad.
Oh, never mind.
I didn't do a 4K TV yet. No, not yet. Because my wife bought this TV, so.
Oh, she still watches stuff in 4K.
Right.
So,
Right.
there you go.
Why you want
When
4K?
1K.
Here's 480p's. 480p's is way more than just 4 measly K's. That's
It'd be like 0.3K, I think, if you did the math, did the math out. Terrence, what do you think about the rumored $500 price point?
That's a lot of fucking money. I'm broke. I can't afford that. I got a card I got to pay for.
That's a fair point.
Like, it depends on when it's coming out.
October, supposedly.
Oh, well, then I ain't getting it. It's $499. And am I going? No. I have to see. It's got to blow my socks off.
Here's
corny.
here's my thing is that so they announced yesterday that starting today, and I don't know if this is a permanent price drop or if this is a temporary one. They might have done this to answer Sony's days of play sale or whatever. They actually knocked $50 off the price of all the Xbox Ones that are out there right now. So you can go to the store today and buy an Xbox One S 500 gig for as little as $200. So now you're going to add, assuming it is 500,
Really?
assuming this is correct.
'Cause
Yes.
I have an old Xbox. I have like the original one, but not the one that came with the Kinect, but just like the original model.
So, but now you're going to ask customers, so here's this new thing, and it's way better than this other thing, but is it literally 1.5 times better? Or sorry, 2.5 times better?
Well, we don't know yet.
True. That's still a big ask to me. I think 500 is not where they want to be. Like, my prediction was going to be 450. And I think 400 is the price that if they want it to be really successful, that's, I think, where you need to get it down to.
yeah.
Personally.
But what's that extra $100?
All the flops.
No, I mean,
All
like
the flops.
if it's gonna be if you're saying $400, what's the? I mean, at that point, that's a lot of fucking money, regardless. And then just add an extra 100. Like, if someone's willing to pay the 400, they're willing to pay the 500. If someone has that money, they'll pay the 500.
I don't think their problem is like the hardest core of game. Like, those people are like Micah's are gonna go out and buy this shit regardless.
Oh, they're not gonna get fucking converts or new people.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what they need in order to...
$400 ain't
Yeah.
gonna bring new people into that. What are you talking about? Like, that's a lot of money. And like, how much is this? How much is this Switch? $250? I don't know anything about video games. I'll go play and play Mario. I just pick up a Switch. I don't. Microsoft is about to fuck up.
Is this
if
going
it costs that much?
Is this going to be the Wii U to the Xbox One's Wii? Like, do you think it's going to be?
I mean, that's a weird comparison because it's still the same tactical console generation.
It would have been like, what's the difference? Or just everything just looks better.
Yeah.
Right, because the average person, like tech heads, are gonna flip out at all the bleeps and bloops and all that, the guts inside the thing. But
Yeah.
most people aren't tech heads, right? Like they buy these consoles because something looks good. And if I have a regular ass TV and my regular ass Xbox One, I'm not gonna buy the Super Xbox One in order to not see shit on my regular ass TV. Like, I just don't. I'm really curious as to how this thing is going to be marketed and how it's going to be presented out to the world. Like, is it going to be presented as the upgrade that you absolutely need, or is it going to be presented as another pillar in the Xbox family of like that Nintendo bullshit, right? Like, and are they going to? I don't know. I'm very, very curious as to how this thing is going to shake out.
Well, I would imagine that they're going to spend a lot of time on this. So we figure that this press event's going to be like hour and a half, 2 hours long, like usual. How much time do you think Scorpio gets in the spotlight before they start talking about games?
Whew. I'm reminded back a couple years ago when Sony spent a lot of time on this like storybook thing that they were trying to do. You remember that thing?
Do I remember it? I remember live blogging that press event for that defunct video game blog that I started, and I distinctly remember this about the fucking Wonder Book is what Mike is talking about.
Yes.
My wife
I don't
happened
even
to
remember that.
it's no one does, and you don't need to. But the funny story is, my wife walked by while that part of the presentation was up, and of course they themed it around Harry Potter, which she's a big fan of. She's like, "Oh, that looks really cool. I think that's something I might want." And I literally remember typing the sentence like, "Oh, I guess I'm gonna be getting the Wonder Book, which is good because I can bludgeon myself with it, having to buy this stupid piece of shit."
I remember them spending an exorbitant amount of time on that.
Too long.
Yes.
Too long.
Nothing short of a half an hour will be. Let's say this is 90 minutes. 1/3 of it is going to be the Xbox.
God, I hope not.
I hope not too. But like they're putting a lot of eggs into this basket, and you know they're gonna. I imagine that a half an hour is going to be spent on this. Like they'll show maybe 5-10 minute video of all the developers jerking off to the test kits that they got. Wow, look at all these flops, man. Like, I got so many flops. I need to go to the beach, man. Like, this is a lot of fucking flops. And then they'll show comparisons for games, and they'll show maybe a couple games that you can only play on the Scorpio.
Oh, see,
I think we're going to see a Scorpio only game. I don't think it's a good idea.
I don't think they need to do that.
I think that would take again, this is all assuming the $500 price point is accurate. I think that would be taking an already very bad idea and turning into a catastrophic idea, especially if that game happens to be like, oh, I don't know, Crackdown 3, maybe.
I already called that Crackdown 3 is going to be on the
Exclusively on Scorpio?
I don't know if it's going to be exclusively, but it's not coming out until this thing drops. And it's going to be like, yeah, it's going to be on that system.
I mean, every Xbox game will technically be on that system. Crackdown 3 might be the first one that's,
Developed specifically with Scorpio
in mind. So yeah, that would be a really bad idea, I think, if they were like, oh, and here's some Scorpio exclusive games. Like,
these things are 2 hours? What the fuck do they talk about for 2 hours?
It's more like an hour and a half, probably.
Yeah.
Most likely.
What are they talking about for
What
an hour and a half?
are they talking about for an hour and a half? Like
a bunch of shit no one gives a fuck about. Just show me the games.
EA did a press conference yesterday that was 78 minutes long, and 30 minutes of it was Star Wars.
And it was just like not even talking about Star Wars, but like 20 minutes of that was just like a Star Wars live stream with shoutcasting over it.
People playing?
People were playing it. So.
See out. All right, fine.
And then finally, as far as Scorpio goes, IGN reported today that via a Best Buy newsletter that the final name will be the Scorpio. I would actually like that because that would just give us reasons to keep quoting the best episode ever of The Simpsons.
I was hoping that the name would be either the Xbox Hank or or the Xbox Too Cold.
What about the Xbox Globex? Globex Corporation.
I don't get that.
Too Cold Scorpio.
I get Too Cold.
AKA Flash Funk. Well, Hank Scorpio was the character's name in The Simpsons.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So I don't think it will be Scorpio though. I really don't. I think they'll come up with some other terrible.
I mean,
What are
what's
they gonna
stale
call it?
branding
Like,
Right.
They have Xbox 360, the original Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, which was stupid.
I think they'll keep with the number motif, right? Like
Xbox 2.
Xbox One 2. Just 1-2.
it'd be like Rambo First Blood Part 2. Like, why are there two numbers in your title? That doesn't make sense. I think they'll keep with the number motif. They'll just have to, I don't know, like the Xbox like $999 or the Xbox 1000.
Yeah.
That way you can call it the Xbox G or something. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think Scorpio, although Scorpio, like isn't the Scorpio zodiac sign supposed to be like the sexy one, right? Like the one that's adventurous and
Is that true? I don't fucking know. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
I don't know my astrology too much.
I think so.
I'm
So,
a fish. that's all I know.
So
Very weird.
no, I don't know, man. I don't like the idea of
What month is
Xbox
Scorpio? That
They're in
November?
like October and stuff like that, right?
Oh shit!
Right.
That would give even more credence to the name.
Right. So
If that rumored release date of October 13th, I think it was,
October
is
13th.
correct.
Scorpio is in November, if I'm not mistaken.
It's October and November, I think, because zodiac signs go across months.
But October 20th, I think, is the end of whatever the fuck previous. And then it's like October 20th to November 20th for Scorpio, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, you can look it up.
I don't care enough. Astrology is bullshit, guys.
So obviously, like I said, the Scorpio will be a very big, the main focus of this presentation. But I think the biggest thing that Microsoft needs to do in order to have a successful E3 is show off some games.
I feel like every company needs to do that.
Well, Microsoft especially because
they don't have shit.
Yeah, that's their biggest
They
problem.
really
So-
don't have a goddamn thing.
So first party stuff, we know that Crackdown 2 Crackdown 3 rather is out there.
Somewhere.
In the ether. We know that Sea of Thieves,
I don't even know what that is. Is that a thing?
Isn't that the pirate
pirate
game?
simulator, yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Scorpio exclusive.
Right, is a game that's out there. What else do we know about that's on Microsoft?
I really don't know.
Is your Phantom Dust game gonna?
I mean, it's out.
It's out already. They
I mean,
released it.
like
What, the remake?
they threw out the freebie version, I guess maybe just to see if there's an audience for it.
There's no audience. I tried to play online several times and no one's on it.
So what else?
And it's fucking free.
State of Decay 2, we know is coming. They announced that last year.
Is that exclusive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's definitely exclusive.
That first one was really fun. It was just missing multiplayer.
And that's kind of like the list right now as far as stuff that we are currently aware of that's coming from Microsoft Studios. So
That's a shame.
well, I mean that's where they're at right now. So obviously Crackdown 3 is probably the biggest one, and I have to imagine after it was 2 years ago that they showed out that trailer.
I feel
and
like
then
it was like 3.
you might be right
Yeah,
actually.
I think Terrence.
And then I know last year, I know last year they didn't even mention it at all. So you have to imagine they're going to show it this year. Do you think we're going to get gameplay and a release
You
date?
better get fucking gameplay. At the
That's-
very least, they need to show gameplay.
one of my predictions is that you will get Crackdown 3 a release date. I think it will be the game to push the.
I just had a funny thought.
I think it will
Scorpio?
be the game that they will push the Scorpio with. That's
This game
my
better look
prediction.
really fucking amazing. Because they have the thing about that game is like the destructibility, right?
Yeah.
Like everything is destructible, but like if it looks like Crackdown 1 and everything blows up, who the fuck gives a fuck about like?
But what about the tech
Scorpio.
behind?
Yeah, fuck the tech. Like it better look $500.
This is how the demolition of this building looks, only using 2 teraflops. And now when you use all 6 teraflops, this is what it looks like.
It looks like a Michael Bay movie, but like it better look like a Michael Bay film.
You know what I would love, just for the full circle nature and the irony of it all, if when Crackdown 3 does eventually come out, it includes a beta for Halo 6.
Halo 5 came out what, last year?
2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how much space that game takes up?
Like 100 gigs
Yeah.
after everything else is
97 gigs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tried to because I had I did the preview for the free Game Pass or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
97 gigs. I was like, I have pretty decent internet. This shit's still gonna take me like 4 hours. I'm not downloading this. I don't like Halo that much. But
You won't like that either.
Hmm?
You won't like Halo 5 either.
oh,
It's not that good.
god damn.
Yeah. No.
Is all the DLC free at least?
I
they
haven't,
released-
I
Yeah,
haven't-
no, it is.
I haven't touched it.
It is.
Did you
It
buy
is
it?
free
No.
Did you get it for free?
I was gifted it. And
Yeah.
yeah. No.
Oh, there you
from a mysterious benefactor.
From a mysterious,
go. Yeah, I don't think we see
Yeah.
from a
anything.
mysterious benefactor to my right. And
Like I feel like we don't need to see anything Halo.
I think
I don't
you
think
will
we
see-
need to see anything Halo.
Okay. I think you will see something Halo related.
What?
Not Halo 6, maybe like
Are
some
you
sort of
are you
Halo
are you
spin-off.
literally stealing my prediction right now?
I literally thought of it before I saw your prediction. But see, we're in sync, man. We're in sync. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've been hearing rumors of something called Halo Gravemind. I don't know what it is, but you will see something Halo related. You have to, right?
No, you don't.
I do think
No,
I do
well,
think
yeah.
you will too, and I think the internet will react with the notion of being properly whelmed by
Like
such
they need
news.
a new IP.
No, I would agree with that for sure.
Do you
I
think
predict we see it, some sort of new IP. I don't know what.
From who?
Microsoft.
Microsoft Studios?
But I'm saying, like, what would you like? Can you think of a development studio that they would
Do they still have
task with
Rare?
that? They do still have Rare,
Sea of
actually.
Thieves.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
right. Rare's working on Sea of Thieves.
That's what they've been relegated to.
Well, they also did all the Kinect stuff too. Rare did through the annals of history. That was their deal.
Those
That was their
poor
thing.
sons of bitches.
I know how the mighty, as Mike would say, how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, man.
I don't know who do they have?
Rare.
I mean, they have Rare, they have 343, they have the
343,
Coalition,
they have the
who's still
Coalition,
working
but-
on Gears, obviously.
They need to do something new.
They need to diversify.
Do you think we'll see season 4 of
Oh,
Killer
boy.
Instinct?
Oh, there you go. Because there is a new character for Killer Instinct coming
Oh
out.
right, there's like he's got like a fucking bow and arrow.
Yeah. I think his
I don't
his
know.
name
I
is-
thought
don't know
I thought
either.
Chief Thunder was already in the game.
Oh, that's racist.
I think his
God damn
name.
it.
I think his name is Eagle. So yes,
He's probably still Native American with a name like that.
probably. Let's hope so. Let's hope it's not like a surfer dude named Eagle with a bow and arrow.
Eagle sounds like the name of a Street Fighter 1 character.
He wasn't.
Yeah, he
there
was
was
a Street Fighter
One.
one.
character. He was a white dude with blonde hair, was he not? And like
Yeah,
white pants
he was
and
a
like
he
red
was-
shirt.
He was a Freddie Mercury analog.
Yeah,
Jay's looking like Freddie Mercury was in Street Fighter. Yeah, Freddie Mercury was in Street Fighter.
Shout out to Jay, by the way, for producing this shit. This is literally the most work I think he's ever had to do for anything that was a show that he's not working on. Shit's amazing. Yeah, it's outside of a brand new IP that they've managed to keep under wraps and don't know about. I can't think of anything.
What other rare IPs do you think could come out? Right, like maybe
a new perfect
maybe,
dark.
Perfect Dark.
I mean, that
They
would be a
could
surprise.
really try it again.
Yeah.
'cause that
Does-
last one was fucking garbage.
I mean, would the market give a shit about another Perfect Dark?
People would flip out.
It's been 12
it
years.
depends on how it looks.
Yeah, it depends
Like
on how
it would
looks.
have to do something completely different.
If it harkens back to the N64 days of Perfect Dark,
Mm-hmm.
I think people would get excited. I don't think people would get excited for, 17-year-old Joanna Dark again or whatever, however old she was.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was very odd, right?
I didn't.
But
And that game was terrible.
yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But I don't know. What if they shock the world and create a new Battletoads game, right?
I don't know if the sales for Rare Replay were good enough to warrant. Just keep bringing back old Rare franchises. Bring back like a new Conquer or something like that.
We don't need to do that.
I think.
Rare is really bizarre. Like their games are fucking weird.
Yeah.
After playing Banjo-Kazooie and almost wanting to blow my brains out. Yeah, their games are not for me. Aside from Perfect Dark and like GoldenEye, I think those are like their best games.
I think you'll see a lot of third-party stuff. I think
A lot?
For the Scorpio?
not a lot, but because you got to pad the show out with something, right?
Well, I'm not saying because of that reason. I'm more saying it because of. I feel like if you think of every major franchise, so like Destiny, Call of Duty, now FIFA, I think Assassin's Creed also was in this boat as well. All of those are like Sony branded.
They have. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Like I didn't know EA was kind of in bed with Sony. I thought that EA was still
I think
Switzerland.
EA is still Switzerland. So I wouldn't be shocked if like Madden.
Yeah, like I think you'll see a lot of Madden. I think you'll see a lot of live. Not a lot, but like there'll be Spotlight, right? Like there'll be there'll be Spotlight.
I can't look at that. I can't think of that game without just cracking up laughing. Did you? So I know that you didn't watch the E3 thing, and I know you only watched the part of it. Did they show the part where they literally, when they were showing off NBA Live yesterday, they had one of the developers, I guess, and then some dude that was interviewing him, showing like a slow motion thing of LeBron like driving down the key and then going up and dunking, but they cut away from the gameplay shot to the shot of the two dudes right as the ball was getting slammed down, and then cut back to the game after that was all finished. It was like the perfect metaphor for the NBA Live franchise as a whole.
So does it just look better?
It looks comparable. It doesn't look better than 2K in my opinion, but it looks comparable.
It looks like they're also trying to tap into the they're not quite doing like a full-fledged campaign like they did in FIFA and like they're doing in Madden, but they are doing like a, like earn your credit on the streets, and as well as
basically ripping off 2K.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Hey, if you
2K is like has that my player career thing going. I think it goes throughout games, right? Like you can go from 2016 to 2017 or 2K17 with the same character.
I don't know.
Right?
I'm not even convinced the game's coming out as far as NBA Live goes. Yeah, I can't believe that shit.
It took 2 years. Right, they took 2 years off to redo Live because they need an NBA game.
I can't remember who in our group said it, but someone's like, "Why bother?" And they made the point that I think it was Johnny actually. Johnny said, "2K at this point is as ubiquitous with basketball as Madden is with football. Like how people don't call football games football; they call it Madden. They just call basketball games 2K now at this point."
That's true.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where they're at.
Oh, they used to call
now.
them live. You know what I mean? Like I can see how they're trying to.
Yeah, it was live for fucking 20
years. You got that live, yo? Like nah.
Do you think that we might see Borderlands 3 during this presentation? That's one that's been bandied about just because of Gearbox saying that, hey, we're working on something else, and I know Battleborn now is over a year old at this point, so.
I thought you were just saying Battleborn is over.
Well, it did just go free to play. Yeah, it's free to play.
God damn. On what?
On PS4 and Xbox One and PC.
I might download it.
Yeah, just to check it out.
Just to see.
So, but
that's a goddamn shame.
I can see that because I think 2K has I think they have Take-Two rather. I think has 2K with Sony. So if they want to split those up, then I guess.
Really?
Yeah. That's like their. Well, at least last year it was. I can only speak for that, or I might be wrong about that. Actually, I can't remember. They go back and forth. So, any other third-party things you think we might see on stage?
I think a Bethesda game will get spotlit, whatever the
really, even though they have their event later tonight, you think they'll still?
Yeah, I think they'll tease something.
Like, here's such and such on the Scorpion.
Right.
Or Scorpio, whatever.
That's right. Todd Howard was very excited, I remember last year when they showed that
little...
It's
just a PC.
A PC that you can't upgrade, mind you.
So, now that I think about it, gonna be $500. If you're gonna pay $500, you might as well just spend the money to get it like a high end. Like I bought, my television died on me. I didn't break it. It died on its own. And I
I didn't kill it.
Yeah. I love that you have to
Died on its
specify this.
Yeah.
Between the two.
It died on its own, but it was possible for it to get fixed, but I got so mad I punched it and it cracked anyway. So I had to.
Hey, I just punched this dude in the head. I didn't give him a brain tumor. I didn't give him a brain hemorrhage.
I'm like Batman. I don't kill like main people. But I bought a monitor. I'm playing. My Xbox is hooked up to a monitor now.
Mm-hmm.
Like monitors are better looking than televisions. Like I bought like a pretty decent looking monitor.
Mm-hmm.
The shit looks better on the monitor. It's smaller, but I don't give a fuck. It looks better.
There you go.
So people are going to want to play these things on like are going to want to play a Scorpio on a 4K television. That's you can get a cheaper one for like $300 by like
but
cents 9 or whatever the fuck.
Sensei.
And then pay $500 for a Scorpio. Look, man, just get a monitor. It's you can play it in 4K anyway, and it'll look better.
So the next thing, Anthem was the long rumored BioWare project that they've been working on, their new IP that their main team is working on.
Anthem? Or was that that was Marathon.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're thinking Marathon. So they showed a teaser during the E3 thing yesterday. They said that they're going to actually have gameplay and kind of a full reveal of this during the Microsoft press event today. It kind of has like a futuristic sci-fi, but not in the Mass Effect way, more in the Destiny way.
Yeah.
Vibe to it. Supposedly it's supposed to be a connected world experience. That's what the rumors are.
What does that mean?
Like Destiny, where
Destiny.
but essentially it seems like BioWare is making a Destiny game essentially. So is this something that we are excited about, apprehensive about, trepidatious?
I'm not.
With BioWare's pedigree, they make a specific style of game. If it's a connected world with like their type of gameplay, no.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I don't really like their style of combat.
I'm not excited about it if it's a shooter.
Interesting.
Because I mean, as much as I don't mind the shooting in the latest Mass Effect game, I think it's vastly improved from some of the other stuff. Like you said, direct comparisons are going to be made towards Destiny.
And it ain't beating
the
Destiny.
people that make shooters. So
The people that make shooters.
right.
Yeah.
So
Or the console shooter, if you
right,
will.
like they
The
have
ones that perfected the console shooter. You got
Exactly.
BioWare coming out with if that's a shooter, they ain't gonna touch it.
right. But I'm a BioWare fanboy. I acknowledge my bias. I will be optimistic.
That's fair. I actually side more with Terrence on this one because I do agree that they have a particular style of game, and I don't know if that particular style is going to translate well to like a console MMO, for lack of a better term.
Didn't they do the Old Republic?
They did.
And the Old Republic
You know better
is-
than us how that went. So
The Old Republic was fine.
Mhm.
I mean, it wouldn't. I don't think either of you would really. I think you would play it and do what I did and just pick one character, finish that story with that character, and then just be done with it.
Okay.
And
Was it
honestly,
worth
I think you would try it. It's worth it if it's free to play. I think it's free to play now,
It is free to play.
but it wasn't worth the $50-$60 that I spent. And but yeah, it's. I think they can do it. I don't know. I'm in wait and see mode.
I will say that I do hope it is amazing because that way it'll at least justify Andromeda getting developed by like the BioWare B team,
Yeah.
which we had to maybe a less than perfect Mass Effect game, we'll say.
Yeah.
So there's that. Any other surprises that you can think of before we lay predictions out on the line?
Surprises.
Yeah. It's hard to guess these just because it's absolute speculation, so
I think Phil Spencer will come out in a sport jacket.
I was this close to wearing a sport jacket with my Mega Man T-shirt today, just to
cut shirt
pay homage to Phil Spencer.
and jeans. I think he'll come out and do his level best to try and be enthusiastic, but it just won't be. I don't know. I imagine that I predict that they will deliver an okay performance, but I can't. I'm finding it hard pressed to be excited about what we're about to see.
That's fair. I do think they will try to bring back a defunct first-party franchise. I think that's the new thing to do, like Sony's trying to do with Crash Bandicoot. Sony/Activision, I should say. My pick for that was going to be Perfect Dark.
Oh.
I just don't know how receptive the market's going to be to such a thing.
I mean, what other defunct first-party franchise do they have, right? Like, the 3 first-party franchises
They don't have very many.
Are Halo,
And
Gears, and
Maybe they'll come out with another cameo game.
They don't have very many first-party games
nah.
that aren't already out.
Hey, 'cause they can't do Fable anymore.
Yeah, that's a
Right.
wrap, right?
Or like Fable proper, at least. I think they're coming out like some Fable card game or something like that
Boo.
at some point.
Fable. No, I don't want Fable anything.
I'd rather not.
Fable was so
And
overrated.
Is
All of
Perfect Dark is that considered a first party? I mean, they have Rare.
Yeah,
but
it is because
Well,
it's
Rare.
they published Perfect Dark Zero. So
Cameo, Perfect. Good lord, they got a bunch of garbage.
they do.
Yeah, I don't.
It's part of, I mean, it's
them-
part of the reason why they're in the spot that they're in, I guess.
What was that game? Platinum just completely just failed to.
Oh, Scalebound?
That's done, right?
That's done.
Not coming out.
That's canceled.
That's the,
Finished. Kaput. Finito.
no. Just start over. I don't even know.
Look, that's what they just come out stage like hard stop. Xbox One is dead. Scorpio is the future.
Yeah. Look,
That would be amazing if they did that
honestly,
shit.
look, as much as I shit on Sony, like Microsoft lost this time. They just did. Like I still love their online. Their online is better. It is. It just is. I still like the controller better, but like Sony has the better lineup of shit.
Mad Chocolate Gaming asks in the chat, do they still own Sunset Overdrive? That's actually a good one that I didn't think of because that one
yeah.
definitely came out a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So, and they do to answer the question. So yeah, there you go. That
was,
might be. Well, Insomniac,
Insomniac.
produced it, or developed it, but Microsoft did actually publish it because it was an Xbox
And
exclusive. So.
Insomniac is usually Sony, right?
No, actually, Insomniac nowadays is whoever. Yeah.
They're whoring it up.
Yeah.
Although aren't they working on
They are working on the Spider-Man game
Yeah.
for PlayStation, but they also have multiple
Yeah,
teams
for PlayStation.
at that studio. So
yeah.
I'd like to play that game.
you
Well, I
you
do have a
can.
place- I have
Yeah, I'm
a
gonna say you have a
have a
PS4.
Sometimes I forget. I was just using it the other day.
Jason says a new Batman Arkham game, maybe. I doubt it. I think Rocksteady's working on. The rumor is they're working on like a DC Universe game, like a Justice League game. God knows if that's actually gonna ever see the light of day and what that would even look like. But I'm pretty sure the Arkham series is done and dusted at this point. I think at least.
After that last one, it needs to be. Well, they just need to take the fun. They just need to take the Batmobile out because that shit was not fun.
Yeah, all right. I agree with that.
Take the Batmobile out and take it back to its roots, if you will.
So
And it'll be fine.
Another prediction I have: you will hear the phrase "best/better" on Scorpio at least 30 times during this presentation. Actually, that's not even over 30 times. That's where I'm going to set the over/under. It's 30 times best or better on Scorpio.
So once a minute because it's going to
Pretty much, yes, yes.
Best or better on Scorpio.
Yeah, I can.
One of our listeners is going to have to track that, by the way, and see how close we were.
Yeah.
I really just hope they just show games. I don't want to hear anyone talk.
Well, it sucks. Sucks for you then, because that's an inevitability.
God damn
So,
it, man.
You
You're
want
gonna hear
to
some talking.
trailers.
Yeah. And I don't want fucking CG trailers. I want gameplay.
And my
That's not gonna happen.
my last prediction,
unfortunately.
because since Micah stole my Halo related prediction because he's a jerk, they will release Cuphead during the press conference. Like they will come out, they will finally show off Cuphead. They're like, finally, it's done, and you can buy it right now.
That'd be cool.
That would be very look. That
Because
would
I
be
would
awesome.
buy it. Because
Yeah.
I really want to play that
Yeah.
game.
I would hop on my phone and buy it because it would be easy to do.
Yeah, you hop on your phone and buy it for the Xbox One because it would be easy to do. Like if you try to do it on a PlayStation 4, your credit card might be fucked up. saying.
Micah, what else do you think we're gonna see? What else do you have predicted here?
I talked about them earlier, but I'll reiterate it. I think you'll see something Halo related, like that Halo Hive Mind or whatever it's called. No Halo 6. Even
it's too early for that.
it's way too early for that. I think Crackdown 3 will be announced as in release date, and I think Crackdown 3 will come out with
I think it comes out
the
the year.
Scorpion.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what else are you gonna promote? And I mean, if we're really going crazy, let's just say Crackdown 3 will be a Scorpio exclusive. I don't know about that.
I don't think they need to do that.
I think it would be a bad idea to do that, and I don't know if they will do that, but yeah, those two will be intertwined together because you need a reason to buy the thing. I think you'll see a lot of
That's not a system seller. Like that game is going to have to look fucking amazing if they want that to be a system seller.
and I don't think it will.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like the superpowers that you get are going to have to be fucking bonkers. Because
Yeah.
your character levels up in those games, and they're going to have to level up to a point of just insanity
Yeah.
for it to be worth a damn.
I think that you'll see a lot of third-party stuff being spotlighted, particularly EA. I think you'll see like, hey, you saw it yesterday. Now here it is some more Madden. Here's the story mode for Madden. You get to be this light-skinned dude who goes up the ranks and plays college football and gets into the majors and gets CTE and kills his wife and goes to jail for the rest of his life.
Oh shit!
CTE is not funny, guys.
Oh my god!
All right.
And I'm gonna go crazy and say that with Bethesda coming out hours after this press conference, I think you'll get a quick tease of a Bethesda game, maybe a new Wolfenstein, because it's been a while since we've seen a Wolfenstein game.
Okay.
3 or
And
4 years.
when Wolfenstein came out, it was very well received, was it not?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
New Order.
Yeah, New Order was very well. It got a pretty big expansion too that also did fairly well. Also,
So there you go.
so Terrence, we got
I don't have a lot of predictions.
yeah.
Like the Scorpio, but that's not necessarily a prediction. You know what? I'm going to predict that when the Scorpio comes out, it's going to be packed with a game.
Interesting. Okay. Hey, that's
It look,
it's a bold prediction.
With a game, two
If it's
controllers and a light
$500,
gun.
if it's $500, you got to give me a reason.
Maybe it'll be the light version of Crackdown 3. So
Like the trial.
yeah, trial. Crackdown 3 trial.
Yeah, here's fucking 30 minutes.
All right. Well, at this point, we will turn to you guys in the chat for these last couple of minutes. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, much like Mark Rogers says, Terrence the game. All the antagonists are white and they all look the same. Basically, a Doom reskin.
Yeah. Look. Yeah.
I'd play
I
it.
got nothing. Joel Edgerton and fucking Conan O'Brien look the same. They're, like, come on. Do they not?
Joel
you weren't
Edgerton-
there, right, Brad? Do they not look the same?
I don't know what Joel Edgerton looks like in my mind. Like, I'd have to see a picture of him
Well,
to pull that up
Okay.
real quick.
Joel Edgerton, Conan O'Brien, Cam, Brad, Jack, Johnny, all look the same.
Johnny? Really?
Oh yeah, he's not Johnny.
Yeah, I was going to say, Johnny just
maybe.
is.
Yeah.
Johnny just is.
Johnny's like a tan white guy. Johnny's a mutt.
Mad Chocolate Gaming also says that his roommate loves your shirt, Terrence, and is now watching this stream over Funhouses. So,
Oh, thank you.
yeah, there you go. Jason says, first exclusive game on Scorpio, Manhunt 2. Nothing will get him to spend $500 faster than putting a plastic bag over someone's head and stabbing them in the neck with a rusty
Wait,
screwdriver in
Manhunt 2
4K.
came out already.
Did it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, there was 2 Manhunt games. that
Manhunt
came out.
3 will be.
It would be Yo.
Yeah.
Man, the second one wasn't the best, but I loved Manhunt.
I
It's
played
Rockstar.
the crap out of
So
the first
fucking
one.
violent.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you got to shank people.
Manhunt
and
2,
murder people in ridiculous
Manhunt
ways.
2, the protagonist looked like Colin Moriarty. Like, like it was a white guy with a bald head and glasses, thick black framed glasses. Like it was
weird.
It was odd.
Cool. All right. Well, that seems looks like we're gonna call it here then. So that's gonna be very
I
soon.
kind of want a new Manhunt with the
Lobby
with
Rockstar for that.
with updated graphics.
That can go in the suggestion bin next to another Midnight Club for the
rated
first
AO.
time in 8 years.
I would love a new Midnight Club too.
We'll see. Well, thank you guys very much for joining us. Make sure you come right back here after the Microsoft presentation, where we will be back to give you live reactions and to also hear what you guys thought about the Microsoft press event. And as usual, click on over as well to the Dennis Pixels YouTube channel, subscribe there, and subscribe to the Dennis Pixels podcast if you have not done so already. So thank you guys very much again for watching, and we will see you in about 90 to 120 minutes.
See ya.
Take it easy.